You're listening to the Common Fan Podcast, a Husker football podcast for the common fan by the common fan.
Welcome back to the Common Fan Podcast. I am TJ Burkle, as always, alongside Matty Owens Sr. and Geoff in Lincoln. It's another great day for Husker fans. Your Nebraska Cornhuskers steamroll the Houston Christian Huskies 59-7. We were one slightly missed tackle in the backfield away from our second consecutive shutout, but we're not gonna focus on that. Huge win for the Huskers. Nebraska's 3-0. This is exactly where we all knew we would be, and all eyes are going to turn to Michigan. But let's talk a little bit about Houston Christian first. First, get to the Common Fan website, www.commonfan.co. Subscribe on YouTube, like this episode, follow all the social media accounts, and generally keep up with all the fun and frivolity of the Common Fans. Also, go to oakbarnbeef.com. I mean, what's more Nebraskan than football and beef? Oak Barn Beef is a family-owned farm right in Nebraska, shipping premium dry-aged beef straight to your doorsteps nationwide. Whether you're stocking the freezer, grilling for game day, or looking for a gift that actually impresses, Oak Barn Beef delivers. Again, that's oakbarnbeef.com, and you can taste the difference of Nebraska-raised dry-aged beef. The Common Fans all have freezers stocked full of Oak Barn Beef, and we couldn't be more excited about it. Gentlemen, Matty-O, you were at the stadium, were you not? There he is. You look frozen. Matty-O,
sorry,
can you hear it?
My Wi-Fi cut out there. Inexplicably, Wi-Fi cut out. Am I good?
Unbelievable.
You're good.
Right at the open.
I can hear you.
You're good. You were in the stadium. You know, Gary Sharp had made this point. We had talked about it. It sounded like a bring your own juice kind of game, like where the fans going to be up for an 11 a.m. game. Houston Christian after beating Akron to a pulp. And the team as well. It didn't seem to be an issue for either the fans or the team, at least watching on TV.
Yeah.
No, I thought, and I even texted you guys during the game, I thought if you consider the opponent and you consider an 11 a.m. kickoff, I was really proud of Husker Nation today. Like the vibes felt good. Everyone was excited. Everyone just felt like they're just happy to be at the stadium. You know,
morning beer.
Well, I mean, maybe Jeff, maybe, but it's like, hey, do I need to get up?
It's all part of the experience, Jeff.
I didn't. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't know why we're arguing right now.
But I think there's something to that if we want to dive into this a little bit. You're not as worried. I'd have to get up at 6 a.m. to have a couple of beers before the game because it's 11 a.m. kickoff. And this sounds crazy maybe to some people, but it's a real thing. People like to drink beer at 9 o'clock in the morning when there's an 11 a.m. kickoff. Sorry.
Mm-hmm, sure.
But when you can just get one when you get into the stadium, to me, there's no rush. Like, we didn't even tailgate. We didn't do anything. We just went straight down, went to the game, saw the warm-ups. My dad took my two girls. I was with my younger son, and it was just a fun day to be at the stadium.
Sounds
and we're wearing red pants for the first time since 1986. So that was kind of interesting. It was cool at first, and then I kind of I wanted to see the tradition.
Somebody posted a picture on Twitter of 86 seemed off to me, and somebody posted a picture of a more recent Illinois game where we were in all reds. So I think, like many things about that broadcast, I think the Aflac trivia question might have even been wrong.
Oh,
really? So there's been one since 86 that people aren't talking about.
I should have saved the tweet. I'm pretty sure we'll find it. We'll find it eventually.
Maybe we won that because we didn't win in 86. We lost to the Sooners. The tight end, Keith Jackson, not the broadcaster. Sooner Magic. Gag. But no, it was the thing that I thought made it even more interesting, and I tweeted this out. For years you could mess with the jersey pant combos in the college football video game. So, it used to be like you could do red jerseys, red pants, and then you could even throw red tape on the shoes. Some guys actually had that. There was, cool. I was kind of kind of interesting, kind of fun to see either red cleats or red tape around the shoes with all red. So there really was a red out, guys.
What did you get to eat? Anything?
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to talk about this. I got a runza for the second week in a row, and now I have just determined I have to get a runza every game the rest of the season. Just because I'm a superstitious guy.
Yeah, it's working.
Boys are playing all right, and so that's what it is. Usually, I would only get one in the colder weather games, but you can't. I think you can't beat a stadium runza, in my opinion.
I'm not going to argue with you on that. You know where I stand, so I'm not going to argue with you on that. But I've had a runza in the stadium as well. I'll probably have one at some point this year, I'm sure.
Yeah, you will.
Begrudgingly.
You sound like you're at a funeral, Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue with you. I've had one in the stadium as well.
Stuff it in my mouth.
It's because this game was kind of a letdown for me. We let them score. It was ruined. They scored 7 points.
Oh, it was a fluke play.
Okay, Nebraska, Illinois, 2014. Google it. I mean, I guess it was like a alternate uniform.
Oh,
I would call these all reds, and the helmets are all red.
But I think what they're saying
there's gray stripe. Okay, it's the first time since it wasn't an alternate uni game.
It's not an alternate uni. It's the actual red jerseys with the real red pants. It's not like a full uniform combo, I think is the argument there, TJ. We also were all red against Wisconsin. What was that, 2012? 2011, 2012? No, they had the end.
So the athletic question was correct.
That feels. I mean, I don't know. Are we splitting hairs? That feels inaccurate to me.
I think we are splitting hairs.
Well, whatever. For those of us who watched on TV, the second week in a row, the network, I know it was a different network, if I recall correctly, was on BTN last week. That was not the A team. That was not the B team. I don't believe that was even the C team.
On FS1?
Yeah. Old friend of Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman, was on, and I tend to like Spencer quite a bit. Mm-hmm. But they were just I don't know. I felt like a couple times, like there was one time when Houston Christian's running back popped somebody, and Riley Van Poppel was near the play or like diving toward the play. But it was clearly like a much smaller guy that the running back popped and kind of ran over or knocked over or whatever. And he was like, "Look at him run over Riley Van Poppel." It's like, no, that's not what happened.
You're like, no, that.
And then I'm almost certain when Houston Christian was on defense at one point, he referred to one of their defensive backs as Deshaun Singleton, or one of them did. And then went on to be like, "Oh no, that's the opposite side of Singleton." Like, you're looking at the wrong sheet, buddy. You're looking at the wrong list of names or whatever. So anyway,
things still happen.
No complaints. So Huskers absolutely dominated. One thing that jumped out to me right away, Matteo, is kind of the Dane Key coming out party.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about. Sorry, you're included in this, Jeff, too. Matteo was there. That's why I said Matteo. But we've talked about Dane Key, kind of, top 15 all time Kentucky wide receiver. Kind of an understated first two games for the guy who's kind of expected to be the guy, and he busted out this week or today. We're recording this right after the game. The episode will be out on Monday. He had 4 receptions, 104 yards, and of course that big TD, which I believe was the first touchdown of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Great one from Dane Key. And then Cortez Mills had almost 100 yards, receiving 3 catches for 98 yards. He had a touchdown as well.
Yeah,
so
he looks good. But yeah, it seemed like it seemed a little bit like an effort to get Dane the ball, to me.
Yeah.
And I know it's it's kind of the way the offense goes. It's like Raiola just finds the open guy, right? But it seemed like there was an effort being made to get Dane going and get him the ball and get him some juice going.
Well, and then the other thing is, so we saw Emmett had another great game. He had 13 carries for 78 yards.
Yeah, he looked
2
good.
touchdowns for Emmett. I mean,
the starters. Barney had his first touchdown ever, didn't he? Was that his first collegiate touchdown today?
Barney?
I think.
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Last year.
I believe it was his first receiving touchdown. Jeff, I think it was his first receiving touchdown.
That's it.
First receiving touchdown in his career.
Talking about,
Oh, yeah, that's probably right, because he scored on I think he scored on a couple runs last year.
Yeah. I think that's right. The other thing was, so a lot of Kwinten Ives. So I mean, look, at halftime,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of him,
TJ Lateef took over at halftime at quarterback. Even 37-year-old Jalen Gramstad got in the game at quarterback.
Granddad.
But so like obviously like the starters were basically out at halftime. It was hard a little bit harder to tell on defense how many starters versus backups were in on defense. But Kwinten Ives got a lot of run in the backfield, 12 carries for 85 yards. He scored a touchdown. I thought it was interesting. I mean, they're basically Isaiah Mosey's a converted wide receiver to running back, but they basically only throw him the ball. And then 0 carries for Mekhi Nelson.
Yeah. And maybe I just missed it. I didn't even see him on the field today. So I don't know if they just gave him the day off or if he's dinged up or what. But I did think that was interesting.
There's got to be more to the story. I mean, I like maybe he's hurt or maybe I don't know, maybe there's something else going on.
And I think Kenneth Williams, I think, even got a few snaps. I know he caught a nice little pass up the middle, the Lincoln kid, Kenneth Williams. Yeah, I don't know if Nelson played one snap.
Weird.
And maybe they're trying to redshirt him too. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking on Twitter, mostly just a lot of questions about it. There's no strong. And I looked at the Husker Max put out the thing beforehand about like who was, I think it was either out or questionable. And Nelson was not either.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, we're going to jump into all of this. You know what we didn't do, guys? We got to do corn cobs.
Yes, we do.
You know it.
The Corn Cob segment is brought to you by the Nebraska Farm Bureau, the largest agricultural organization in the state with more than 56,000 members. For over a century, Farm Bureau has supported Nebraska's farm and ranch families, but their impact stretches far beyond the field. They grow leaders, amplify voices at the Capitol, and strengthen communities across our state. Agriculture is the backbone of Nebraska. When it thrives, we all thrive. Join Nebraska Farm Bureau today at nefb.org. Let's start with Jeff today.
Well, you're going to start with me?
Yeah.
What?
Jeff,
Thanks.
what?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Always gets to go first.
Yeah, just kidding. Matty-O?
Yeah, the general's feeling saucy today. I like it.
Just playing.
That's
for that Notre Dame shirt, Jeff. That's for that Notre Dame shirt.
Hey, still got a game tonight. We got to get ready, all right? Texas A&M. We got to get
Matty-O, let's hear your choice, Matty-O.
Okay. And first off, let me just say, our sponsor, Nebraska Farm Bureau, great. They're one of the sponsors. The cool little video skit on the jumbo screen today. And I've seen it before where they have farmers from all over the state. And sometimes it's one guy, or sometimes it's a guy and his wife and his kids. And they're like, we're so-and-so from, we're Aurora, Nebraska, and we're farmers and go Big Red. I think it's the coolest thing. Like, we love our farmers in Nebraska. They feed the world. And it just warms my heart when sitting in that stadium and those farmers get to do those video messages on the board. So just wanted to get that out there. I'm going to give mine. I'm going to split mine. I did this, I think, week one. Because it's kind of hard, one of these games. There's a lot of good stats and all that stuff. I'm going to split mine between Riley Van Poppel and Williams Nwaneri for the sack, scoop, and score.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude.
I love the big boys making plays like that, making game-changing plays. I want to see it in bigger games, yes, but to see guys make plays like that on our defense, we haven't had a ton of that going on the last several years. I love that. I love the big fella, number 5, Cinco, getting the sack, and then Nwaneri like scooping that thing up and like palming it, basically. Like, I was kind of, at first I was like, put the ball away. And then him just kind of coasting in the end zone.
Well, and he was it was kind of like it clicked for him, like, oh, I better tuck it. Like, he like halfway to the end zone, he tucked it. And,
right. And he didn't see the guy coming from behind him, like, please get in before that guy like swipes the ball away. But love that. Love a sack, scoop, and score from the big guys. Yeah. Corn Cob, RVP, Corn Cob, Williams Nwaneri.
Nice.
Love it. Jeffrey?
There's something to be said about being able to just watch a game comfortably and not be nervous. And I think that's why this player gets my corn cob this week, because he gives me hope that, God forbid, if we can't rely on a certain starter, we do have somebody else waiting in the wings. And I'm going to talk about TJ Lateef.
Yeah.
had a hell of a game. I think he opened up the second half with a touchdown himself. He had a freaking huge Hollywood play, like the biggest Hollywood play of the game, in my opinion, launching that ball down
You're
the field.
Hollywood, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Hollywood. I love to see it. Cortez Mills, freshman to freshman, on that deep bomb play. That was freaking awesome, dude. And so
awesome.
It's just, God forbid, I don't want to speak anything into existence, but it's just, we've never had in recent memory just like somebody that we rely upon if our starting quarterback was out. And if something were to ever happen to Dylan, whether it's on the field or off the field, it's just nice and comforting to know that that dude's there because he looked really good today. Granted, I know it's Houston Christian, but damn it, I don't care who you're playing. Your backup quarterback looks like that. It's pretty freaking impressive. So he's getting my corn job this week.
Yeah, Lateef was 5 for 5, 126 yards and a touchdown, and he also ran for a touchdown. So
yeah,
he looks the part, fellas. I got to say, Matteo,
Smooth.
You brought up last week. Do we need to start worried about him? In the NIL transfer portal game, and we all were like, no, we don't need to start worrying about that. And then I found myself thinking that, and then I think it was friend of the program, Jim in Minnesota, tweeted something like, maybe it was somebody like something about how Lateef's NIL agent was getting pretty excited. So I mean that's just it's the nature of the beast in modern day college football. Yep. Hopefully they're able to lay out a vision for him where, especially if they can preserve his red shirt, you basically got to hang around. A lot of people would suggest maybe only one more year of Dylan, a bit, because if Dylan has a good junior, we'll see. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, but it has been suggested Lateef could, as a redshirt sophomore, take over the reins of the program, and so hopefully, he can see the benefit of staying with the program, and they can keep him happy.
Yeah, for sure. But he looks smooth, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Like there was really a play good. He was rolling out and he wasn't finding anyone, and he just kind of just coasted out of bounds for a nice little 5-yard gain. And
I think it was more than 5.
5, 6. Yeah. I mean, I liked it. Like I like that. Like it's just like he's looking as long as he can for the open guy, and he's like, no, I'm just going to cruise out of bounds, get some positive yards. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So that was a great pick by me.
It was a great pick, Jeff.
Great pick by me. Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead, TJ. What do you got?
Jeff, you're still talking? All right. I'm going to give mine. I feel like we've been a little offense heavy the first 2 weeks with our corn cobs. So I'm going to give mine to Rex Guthrie. Redshirt freshman defensive back, led the team in tackles with 6 tackles.
Okay.
I felt like he passed the eye test too. He was kind of all over the screen. Defensive backs continue to look really good. HCU had 67 passing yards.
Okay.
So they had 93 rushing yards. They only had 160 total yards. I actually would have guessed they would have a few more rushing yards than that, but I guess they had some really painful plays and really bad like sacks and losses of yards and whatever else, bad snaps, whatever. The other thing that's interesting about Rex Guthrie, guys, is he's from Littleton, Colorado. So you would think the hometown Buffaloes maybe would have nabbed him up, but they were too busy doing their transfer portal shenanigans. And what has that gotten them? That's gotten them a 1-2 record to start the year.
That's right.
They're kind of in trouble right now.
They lost a Friday night game this week.
They lost to Houston last night. They lost it by 16 to Houston.
16 points, you say?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that isn't that too bad. That's just really too bad.
Yep.
All right, that's your corn cob segment brought to you by the Nebraska Farm Bureau. Get to nefb.org to learn more. So that was another factor, fellas. Again, I just trying to give the full context. Nebraska looks good. They brought the juice. They brought the energy. It was obviously they have more talent than Houston Christian, and Houston Christian just wasn't ready for the big show, so to speak. We definitely got the last 2 games, and again, you'll take it, and good teams pounce in these situations. But we have been aided by penalties by the other team, drops by the other team, mistakes by the other team, etc. And so I'm just again, I watched the entire game today. You never want to not celebrate one of these kind of games. I don't know about you guys. Like I am so ready and anxious and excited now to pivot, not just to Michigan, but like let's go.
Season.
Like let's get to the real
play.
meat of the schedule. Yeah.
Get excited.
Let's see what we got.
One more thing too, guys, on that front, just one more argument for why beating Cincinnati was so important. I would imagine even if we lose that game, let's say it was Nebraska's luck of the last 10 years and the ball bounces off of Malcolm Hartzog's hands and into that guy's arms in the end zone, and we somehow lose that game or something. I'm going to guess we still put the beat down on Akron and HCU that we just did. But imagine if we were 2-1 right now.
Yeah.
And we'd just be like, oh,
yeah, not the same vibes.
Like, it would not be the same vibe. So I think that the vibes are sky high.
Mm-hmm.
Team, like, there's still a lot for this team to prove. I think there's still some questions out there, but hopefully, and now we got one more week of practice too. Like, hopefully all these game reps, all these, basically, we talked about this post Cincinnati, you had 3 weeks of practice and 2 games before Michigan. And those 2 games, as we said, basically turned out to be like scrimmages.
Yeah.
That's a ton of valuable reps.
Yeah.
Where
for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of young guys too.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, we can see a leap. I don't know what that means. Maybe in the rushing. I don't know. There's times that, again, I think we got spoiled with Nash and Ty in particular, and Jamari Butler and others, where you just sort of expected, like, if you saw a run of like more than 5 yards, even like last year against Rutgers, they were like, they got, I don't know, they had like 50 or 60 yards like right out of the gate on the ground, and then we just completely buttoned it up for the rest of the game. Like, it's just kind of rare, even if there's a little bit of leakage. Suddenly, like, they just figured it out. So makes me a little bit nervous going into Big Ten play. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, and
that's okay. Agree. It's a safe space.
Thank you.
I agree with you. Like, towards the end of the game, they're probably tired too, but just that one drive by Houston Christian where they were pretty much just running the ball at will at that point, picking up first down after first down, converting on third. I get it. Yeah, I'm with you there. That does make me a little bit nervous, but I'm going to chalk that up to it's a long drive, and I think they were just gassed at that point.
And there were, at that point in the game, I think there were a lot of backups in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
And it's your defense. You plan your defensive game plan is contingent upon what's the offense going to do, right? So some of these leaky runs, it's like, okay, we're playing the pass, and we weren't playing and when you get into Big Ten play, especially against a team like Michigan, where you kind of know their tendencies a little bit more, and you kind of know what their game plan is a little bit more. It's not an opponent that you don't face every year or every other year, every 3 years. When somebody's going to line up and just run it right at you, and you're ready for it, and you're playing run, that's a different animal than when they're spread out and some guy runs this way and the whole defense over pursues and then makes a cutback. Like, it's a whole different thing. So we haven't really seen our defense line up like man-to-man, 3 yards in the cloud of dust, Big Ten style football. We haven't seen them have a chance to do that, really. Like, all the runs that we've had to face have really been out of kind of more spread formation type of thing. So it'll be really interesting because I do think we have some dudes. We don't have Nash and Ty, but I think Judy and RVP and some of these big boys up front on the D, they're going to have a chance to prove themselves, and I don't think they're going to let us down, guys.
Well, I hope you're right, Matteo. I didn't see any of the game, but Michigan pounded Central Michigan 63-3. Did I get that opponent right? Yeah, Central Michigan.
Yeah,
and I did see someone.
That's the Chippewas, TJ.
Thank you, Matteo. Someone commented on Twitter that Bryce Underwood they were running him a lot more today. So I think that makes me a little bit nervous too. But again, like, we just got to play the game. I need to stop wetting the bed, and we just got to play the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to stop wetting the bed, TJ. You definitely need to quit doing that.
I'm 40 years man.
Enough is enough.
God sakes. Matteo, you look like you had something to say there. Did you have something to say?
Well, I just want you to man up a little bit and take on a challenge and not be so worried about Michigan.
Hyperventilating.
Hey, I picked it as a win. I think every single time we did a scheduled predictions episode. Just getting real now, boys. All right?
Yeah.
We'll put Sharon Moore. We'll put Sharon Moore in his place. He's not even going to be there. He's not even going to be. I know. That's what I mean. We'll put him in his
Biff.
place.
We'll put Biff Poggi or Poggi, whatever.
He doesn't value. He doesn't. He thinks He thinks of us as such an afterthought that he doesn't even have the respect to show up to Memorial Stadium for a game. So
do they still have the? Is their D coordinator still that Wink Martindale guy or whatever the hell his name is?
I don't know if it is or not, but I love that name.
I'm gonna look it up. Are you looking it up, Matteo?
Yeah,
I'll look it up. It sounded like I could hear.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I could hear your keyboard.
Wink Martindale.
All right. Well,
we're gonna take it to Wink Martindale and Biff Poggi. Poggi.
Yeah,
let's go.
Interim head coach of the Michigan Wolverines because they cheated.
Yes.
Did you know that they're being punished because they cheated, and they shouldn't even have a national championship. They should have it revoked.
They should get that title taken away. The Michigan Astros.
The Michigan Astros.
You know who we haven't even talked about, guys?
Connor Stallions.
Dylan Raiola. Or if we have talked about him.
I know. And he's playing really well.
15
under throw.
Yeah, 15 of 21, 222 yards on the day with 2 touchdowns. And that's playing one half.
It's like.
Yep.
I kind of wondered if they would put him back in just to get to 300 yards or one more touchdown or something, or just 1 or 2 drives, but I would not have been opposed to that. But he continues to look very good, very strong. And I think it's, to my, again, much tougher opponents away, but from as far as I can tell from what we've seen, I think he's looking much better than last year. Sort of taking his game to
comfortable.
Yeah,
he looks comfortable running the offense
and confident back there for sure.
And how nice is it to have a 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 6 and not be totally sure that you're not going to get it? It's gonna be we'll pick this up. We'll run a little mesh route. He'll hit somebody in a crossing route. We'll get 9 or 10. No big deal. It's the confidence that you have when you got a guy that does that. It's just so great. It's so nice having a quarterback that's just dishing it out left and right.
I enjoyed seeing the confidence there. The one thing, if I'm going to nitpick anything about the offense, was I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say about it. But what the hell was with the play calling at the end of the first half? I wasn't a big fan of
that last series was a disaster.
I don't know what the hell Dana was thinking there. It's just
I loved
arrogance there.
I loved it. That's what the guy on TV said. He called it arrogant. I don't think it's arrogant at all. Fling it up. Go get more points.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Josh Peterson.
Now you're wetting the bed, Jeff.
Friend of the program, Josh Peterson, agrees with me. He said on Twitter, I saw him on there. So might just want to go ahead and take a knee there and just close out that half, Coach.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, there was 56 seconds or something left though when they took the ball over. I didn't mind him maybe go down and get a chance for.
I didn't mind that, but the very last play, I'm like,
when he took this Raiola took that weird sack. Yeah.
You get hurt out there. Yeah.
I had no problem with that, I gotta say. So Dylan on the year, guys, 57 of 73 attempts, for 607 yards, and that completion percentage is good. Seven.
That was after 2 games, 607.
Oh, is this math not right? Because of the 3. Hold on, let me just do the math real quick.
Yeah, he was at 300 average a game.
I was gonna say 607 sounded okay. They just haven't added it up. Hold on. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so he's 800
so 829 yards.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna add these up. He's 72 for 94. I'm doing this on the fly.
Live math, common fans. Live math.
Carry the one.
This is the Houston Christian recap, right? Doing live math.
76.5%. So
76.5.
Yep.
Damn good.
And then he's got 8 touchdowns, no picks today, right?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. So still no picks.
Almost had one off of a tip drill ball, but fell to the ground. And if we're going to nitpick, he did underthrow. He should have got Dane for a touchdown on that first drive. He underthrew him a little bit. He had him wide open. If he puts more air under that, a little bit longer ball, a little more to the. What would that be? Southeast corner of the end zone there.
Yeah. Speaking of that drive. Okay. Again, I guess we're just feeling saucy because we're, last week it was all celebrate good times. And now we're either wetting the bed about the Big Ten games to come or we're nitpicking. But I'm going to nitpick a little further. That opening drive where we had to settle for a field goal.
It was disappointing.
I want to say it was like 1st and goal right around the 10.
Yeah, which is always tough. Like,
it's
give
tough,
them a
but
little bit of slack.
Ran Emmett for 4 yards, and then we threw 2. If I'm remembering this correctly, and then we threw two incomplete passes.
Yeah,
and that just look, the good with Dana. There's not even really been much bad. The good with Dana is so overwhelmingly good that I'm not gonna. It's hard to even say anything. But like that's probably just his sort of upbringing, so to speak, in the air raid system or whatever. Like, we're playing Houston Christian. If there's
that's how he was raised, damn it.
There's ever a time to say we're going to put our hands in the dirt and shove this down your throats. It's then, because even if you don't get it, we saw how the defense played. Like, like you're in. I just wish we would have shoved it down their throats for 4 plays in a row.
Yeah. If you had 4th and goal from the 2 and you're probably going for it. I get what you're saying. Run it on second down. That's basically what it is. Run it on second down and see what you get. And then
I'm saying run it on all of them. I'm saying run all the runs, man.
Run
all the
runs. Yeah.
Yep.
Run all the runs.
Run the damn ball, guy. We got a blue chip quarterback just dropping dimes, and he says, "Why aren't they running the damn ball?"
I'm just, what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying.
I do. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, I know. And it was disappointing, but it's kind of like, we went down and scored on many more drives afterward. So
we have listeners all over. And I got a text message from a listener that's outside of our friend group. And when Houston Christian finally picked up their first down of the day, I received a text message. It just said, "I can't wait to hear Matt and TJ get upset because we let them get a first down."
It's funny you say that because I made that point to Michael, my 10-year-old. I was like, "Oh, there's their first down." Because even on the first one, it was their very first down was on a pass interference on us.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, that's fine. That doesn't count." Yeah. And then I think on that same drive, they got an actual first down, and I was like, "Come on!" Yeah. and the touchdown too. Like I was so.
Yeah, I was a little deflated. I almost felt like we lost for a second. Like,
I was.
It got quiet in the stadium too. It was like 52-7, and you're like gonna hear a pin drop in there.
Who was that? And I want to laud him for getting penetration there. But who was that defensive lineman? He just couldn't hang on. Because on the touchdown, we had the part of the reason he was able to run so free is because we had him in the backfield, and then he spun out of it and went the entire opposite way.
It was a fluke. It was a fluke play. The whole defense pursued to the ball the way they're supposed to, and we had him stopped, and it was just a missed tackle. And then he basically had a free and clear lane to the end zone.
Yeah.
It was a fluke.
We're definitely nitpicking here.
Yeah. But you have to. It's Houston Christian Huskies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. But look, everything's on target. We're 3-0.
Yeah. On schedule.
We did what we were supposed to do against Akron and Houston Christian. We said all along about Cincinnati, just get out of there with the W, and that's what we did. And so everything is proceeding apace.
Yeah, now, we do what we're supposed to and watch other people lose. Like, hey, we took care of business, another blowout against an inferior team.
Right.
And now we get to watch these other teams lose.
What other teams
are you referring to, Matt?
Like I was gonna say UCLA.
Notre Dame?
How dare you? What the hell is your problem?
No, I'm rooting for Notre Dame tonight. I don't want A&M to win.
Did you bet on them?
Trevor Kendall?
You did, didn't you?
Did I do what?
Did you bet on him?
No,
you got some money on that game?
Seriously though, will UCLA win a game this year?
I don't know if they will.
Yeah, that was rough.
I don't Northwestern UCLA will be a dogfight. And I really don't know right now. I should just look and see where that one is. But you look at UCLA's schedule the rest of the way, that's really the only one you're like, yeah, they might win that one.
Yeah. Is Northwestern UCLA next week?
It's coming up.
So I will say, as common fans know, I am married to a duck. so we had the Northwestern Oregon game on today, and I was a bit annoyed by I was hoping Northwestern would look more pathetic. Like they kind of hung with the Ducks.
Did
and
they?
Yeah, they did. Jeff.
What's the final score of that game? I thought they were getting their asses handed to them.
Oregon won by like 20.
Okay.
Oregon won 34-14.
So Northwestern covered for those that care.
It was kind of slow out of the gate for Oregon. Yeah, I mean, and Northwestern played some pretty good defense, and they don't look like. I mean, I think Nebraska wins that game. I think they win it pretty handily. They don't look like a pushover like UCLA, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. UCLA has a bye next week, and then they play at Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't think the bye week's going to save them.
I'm like, if I had to pick, gun to my head, I'm going to probably pick Northwestern to beat UCLA at Northwestern.
I would,
without a doubt.
Watching that team last night, and how bad Nico looked. My
Terrible.
God. And New Mexico gave them like every chance. Like it was 14-7. And they coughed it up a couple of times at UCLA, and they gave them good field position, and they still couldn't do anything about it.
Dreadful.
They're terrible.
Absolutely dreadful.
An embarrassment to the Big Ten.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious too, because somebody on Twitter commented that UCLA keeps this up, they're going to end up in the Big Sky Conference, and then the official Big Sky Conference Twitter account replied and was like, "No, thank you." Or something.
No thanks. No thanks. We're good.
And then the official Pac-12 Twitter account was also making fun of UCLA. So which
is hilarious. Well, but I guess it's going to be more than 2 teams. Does that start next year, or when is that? Aren't they adding like some Mountain West?
Yeah. It's basically Mountain West plus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which will be fun for us late night college football.
Yeah, Mountain West after dark.
Yeah, Mountain West after dark. It'll be like Mountain Pack
after dark.
Guys, it's just going to be called the Pac-12 again.
Well,
guys,
thanks for taking all the fun out of it, TJ.
It can be Pac-12 after dark.
Yeah, it can be. Exactly. But I mean, as we've said before, I'm excited to watch Nebraska play the big games. At some point, we just got to beat the Michigans of the world. USC looks like they're going to be pretty good this year. Bring it on. Come to Lincoln. Let's go toe-to-toe with those guys and see how we do. However, I will also say, seeing UCLA look so pathetic brings me warmth and comfort. Seeing Northwestern looking, not very good brings me warmth and comfort. And, we're also still not that far removed from like stacking and counting wins in our head, making sure we can get to 6 and get to that bowl game. Hopefully it's a lot more this year, but it's nice to see, that should be, Northwestern, that should be a late October W in the conference. UCLA, that should be a November W in the conference, right?
Yeah,
so
should be.
Hopefully those are stacked around some other thrilling wins against some better teams.
We've mentioned Northwestern enough over the last several minutes. Do we want to let the cat out of the bag about a certain Common Fan event?
Yeah, it's looking like Common Fans. Thank you, Matteo. The Common Fan tailgate. We did this last year too. We kept forgetting to bring it up, and we would always bring it up toward the end of our episodes. But anyway, hosted an awesome tailgate last year. It was great to meet many of you.
Best part of that day.
Yeah, we saw many friends of the program. We got to meet some listeners who we didn't even know were going to be there, so that was awesome. More details will be forthcoming, but looking like it's going to be that Northwestern game. We don't even have kickoff time yet for that.
No.
And so that's a bummer.
Fingers crossed for 2:30 or 3. 2:30 or 3.
That'd be absolutely perfect. Doesn't have to be a night game, and it probably won't be. Almost certainly won't be.
No.
But if it's 11 a.m., I'll see you guys there at 5 a.m. It's an 11 a.m. We'll just see
morning beers. Morning beers. There you go.
Breakfast burritos, all the good stuff.
Yeah. We'll make the best out of it no matter what. But I agreed, like a 2:30 or like mid-afternoon kick would be absolutely perfect.
That would be lovely.
Choice.
Just more details will be forthcoming. But, all right, you guys got anything else?
I do have one for it. I just want to shout out. You go.
No, you go, because then I'm going to end with something. So,
well, I was just going to say, our old buddy, not a friend of the program, but a program favorite, William Wallace, Heinrich Harburg, had a nice little catch and run today, and then he had a beautiful, just smashing block. Like he went in motion or like pulled or something. and just smacked this guy enough for the crowd to go like, oh, like it.
Nice.
I just love that guy. Like I want him to have all the successes in life, because I think he is just a very, very I just lost it. I like him a lot.
Okay,
and I
good.
think
He represents all that's great about Nebraska football.
Yes, thank you, TJ.
He smacked that guy, and when they showed the replay, he didn't go in motion, so he was moving with the snap. And like I had just seen the play in real time, but when they showed the replay, I was like, "Oh, geez, is he going to get there in time?" Because he wasn't going in motion, but it was like perfectly executed. Like he came through on the block, and then it was a pretty good sized gain. It was just an awesome play.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm glad that you brought that up. Speaking of like hitting hard and blocks, like I just want to apologize to the players and staff of Houston Christian University for basically hurting your entire team. Did you guys?
A lot of injuries.
It seemed like they were constantly on the ground. There's injury after injury, man. Like I felt like we knocked their whole team out. We were playing tough today. So sorry for that, Houston Christian.
Yeah, they're running out of bodies. I like that, Jeff. Good addition, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few times when I was like, "Ooh, I feel bad for these guys."
Yes.
But what are you gonna do? And we hope they're all the hurt guys.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Exactly. So one thing we forgot to do last week, guys, we'll wrap up with this, but reasons for optimism and reasons for concern, reasons for excitement and reasons for concern. So throw it out there. We talked about some of them already. I'm going to throw out a reason for concern. We've talked about it already. Going into Big Ten play. Again, this is so nitpicky after the last two games in particular, but rush defense, particularly teams with rushing quarterbacks, Michigan and Michigan State both have quarterbacks who can run.
Yeah.
They're going to present some unique challenges. Again, like vibes are sky high right now, and I'm buying into that completely. I'm ready to go to the play. I'm ready to book my ticket to the playoff game. But recent history would suggest Michigan, Michigan State, even Maryland, Minnesota, these are all going to be close games. Yeah. And so, we're not gonna play teams that are going to give us certain, gifts on 3rd and 6 where they snap it over the quarterback's head or where they drop passes or whatever. And so we're gonna have to button some things up. So I think the pass defense has been really strong now. 3rd game in a row, we gave up fewer than 100 yards passing.
Secondary was good.
And so I just, that front 7, a lot of young guys. Look, I'm not saying they're not talented.
Guys.
I'm not saying they're not tough. Yeah, it's a little bit of a concern. It's like an open question. More than a concern. Let's say that.
Sure.
I'll say optimism. And I brought it up before with the corn cobs, just depth. We've got so many different weapons to choose from now. It's just comforting to know that if anything does go wrong, we've got somebody else waiting in the wings. I think I saw that Dylan completed 8 different passes to 8 different receivers today too. Like we've got people all over the place. So we've got options. We've got depth. Now we just got to get out there and execute on the big stage against the big dogs now. So it's time to get moving. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Love that, Jeff.
I like both. I like Jeff's optimism, and TJ, I completely understand your reason for concern. And I would agree with that. I'm going to throw just a little, not a huge deal. Again, kind of nitpicky. We can't have kickoffs go out of bounds.
Yeah.
You can't let them start at the 35. So I think Johnny Hull kicked one out of bounds, and I think he's done that a couple of times earlier this season. I think Cincinnati, did he do it against Akron too?
I don't know.
Like won a game. Anyway, we can't have that. We got to clean that up a little bit. He was back out there. So it's, this must not be something they're extremely concerned about, or they said, you got to get back out there and, keep it in bounds. But we can't do that. TJ's talking about getting into the meat of the schedule and starting conference play. You especially can't do that against the big boys and the Michigans and the USCs and the Penn States and the rest of them. So let's keep the kickoffs in bounds. Otherwise, I'm pretty happy with just about everything. The defensive line, keep the kickoffs in bounds are the two. Like, okay, let's button it up against the run. And let's kick the ball in bounds. And I think we're in pretty good shape, boys.
Well, and when we texted about this earlier, the three of us, I wonder I think you were exactly right, Matty-O. John Hull was handling kickoffs during the Cincinnati game. And then after he kicked one out of bounds, he got replaced, and it was Cunanan. And I think Cunanan was booting it out of the end zone every time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if Akron, Houston Christian were sort of letting other guys have a chance, but it seems obvious to me that at this point you would just let Cunanan be your kickoff guy as well. In addition, he's 100% on field goal and extra point attempts on the year. He seems like the dude. I don't know. We're not at practice. There's other stuff going on, so I don't know. It's funny you say that, Matteo, because my reason for excitement, actually, other than kickoffs, was going to be special teams once again.
Isn't it nice, TJ, to like when we score a touchdown, I immediately now, or at least in the last season, would stick around and wait to be like, okay, we got to make this extra point real quick. Hold on, nobody talk. Yes. We got to make this extra point. Yeah. Now we score a touchdown. It's nice to be able to like get up, run into the kitchen, not even look at the extra.
Go get yourself your 12th beer, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And just assume it's going to go through the uprights. That's just nice to be able to do that again.
Well, and also like just to be like, okay, I mean, it hasn't really mattered in these last two games, but just to feel like, well, if we get into field goal range and we get to fourth down, we could be reasonably confident that we could make a field goal.
Yeah.
And then I think we fair caught several punts today, but I think it was Mosey right at the end who had a great punt return.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
So the punt return continues to look pretty good. Oh, even the opening kickoff, was it Williams, I think, brought it out to almost 30. Yeah, almost the 30. I think he had
nice little spinorama.
Yeah. So we're progressing. We're progressing nicely. And again, as we said many times, as long as it's not hurting us, like that alone is an improvement. That alone is a win. So, all right. Any other reasons for concern or reasons for excitement about this one?
No, I think not for me.
For after this one?
No.
All right. I think we're ready to rock and roll. Common fan.
Yeah, so too.
All eyes on the Michigan Wolverines, baby. Here we go.
It's Michigan week.
We'll take this opportunity just to mention that the 1997 Nebraska Cornhuskers would have beat that 1997 Michigan team by at least 2 touchdowns, maybe more.
Yeah.
We just need to be clear about that.
Yeah.
All right. Common fans. I was going to say, you know what? I was going to say, I almost didn't say it, but I think I'm going to say it really quick. We're not a political show, and we're not going to get political at the moment, but everybody knows what happened this week, and just the absolute vitriol of people towards each other on social media has been terribly unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to give a lecture or get on my soapbox. I'm just going to say that in our little small corner of the universe here on the Common Fan podcast, we are going to do our part to lift people up and love our fellow man. So listen, Common fans, be kind to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Simple.
Just be kind to each other. Yeah. It's not that hard. It's what we teach our children. That's what we teach our children. All right.
We all have more in common than we realize.
Common fans.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay. Thank you. I thought about saying that, and then I did, and then I just thought about it at the end.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, thanks.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right. Be kind to each other, Common fans.
Yeah.
We'll be back at you soon. In the meantime, as always, GBR for life.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisles.
And Nebraska takes the lead.